Good morning students, hope you all fine. Today we will be doing the chapter 4th in the kingdom of fools. As we were doing previously, same pattern I will follow. Today I will just let you know the summary. Homework, you have to read this chapter in the kingdom of fools. Tomorrow I will be doing the explanation. In the story, this is a folk tale story that is about a kingdom of fools. This kingdom is ruled by the foolish king and his foolish minister. Once they ordered that night should be considered as a day, as a day should be considered as a night, vice versa. Now, summary. There was a kingdom of fools. In the kingdom, both the king and the minister were idiots. They reversed everything and denied justice to the people. They changed day into night and night into day. They ordered the people to sleep during day and work only after night. They ordered the people to sleep during day and work only after dark. Anyone who disobeyed this order would be put to death. The people did accordingly. One day, two men, a guru and his disciple, visited the kingdom and found everything reversed. They were surprised to see people sleep in the broad daylight, and when darkness spread, everyone became active. Their surprise doubled when they went to the market and found that everything cost the same. A single judge. The guru and the disciple were happy. Because the system allowed them to buy all the food they wanted for a rupee. The guru was a wise person. He told the disciple that it would not be safe for them to stay in the kingdoms of fools. But the disciple was not ready to leave the place because good and cheap food was available there. So the guru left the kingdom and the disciple stayed on. Being a great foodie, he ate his fill every day and became fat in a few days. One day, a thief broke into a rich merchant's house by making a big hole in the wall. But as he was going out with the stolen things, the wall of the old house collapsed on his head and killed him on the spot. The brother of the thief came running to the king and pleaded him to punish the merchant for not building a good and strong wall. The merchant was brought before the king. The king heard the case and found him, merchant, guilty of the thief's death. But the merchant put the blame on the bricklayer who had built the wall. The bricklayer requested the king to punish the dancing girl who distracted him attention by going up and down the street all day with her anklet jingling. The dancing girl, now an old woman, was brought to the court. She put the blame on the goldsmith. She told the king that she had given some gold to the goldsmith to make some jewelry for her, but he delayed the work and made her walk up and down to his house several times. The goldsmith was produced before the king. After hearing the accusations against him, he said that he had to attend to a rich merchant's order first, as there was a wedding ceremony in the family. It was therefore he made the dancing girl come to his door many times. The king asked the name of the merchant. He was none other than the merchant whose wall had fallen. The merchant blamed his father who had ordered the jewelry. But the father was no more in this world, so it was decided to punish the merchant in his place. A new stake was ordered to be ready for the case, but the merchant was too thin to fit the stake. So a fat man was searched for. The servant's eyes fell on the disciple who had flattened himself for months on bananas and rice and wheat and ghee. He pleaded the king that he was innocent but of no use. While he was waiting for death, he remembered his guru, who saw everything in the vision. He was blessed for the magic powers. He arrives at once to save his disciple. He whispered something in his disciple's ears. Then he requests the king to put him to the stake first. When the disciple heard this, he said that he was brought there first, so he should be put to death first. The king was surprised to see the fight between the guru and disciple over the issue of who should be guru and disciple over the issue of who should be going first. When the king asked them the reason, the guru hesitantly told him that whoever died on the stake first would be reborn as the king of the country. The one who died next would be the minister of that country. The king was puzzled. He did not want to lose the kingdom to someone else in the next life. So he discussed the matter with his minister, and finally they arrived at the conclusion that they should go on the stake to reborn as a king and minister. So they went secretly to the prison and freed the guru and the disciple. Then they disguised themselves as a two and got themselves executed. The people now made the Guru and disciple their king and minister, respectively, and began to lead a normal life. Thank you, students.